Tonight I'll be cooking homemade shepherd's pie with using a lamb-based minced lamb. Just another way for me to just make an easy meal for my family. So first thing, I'm going to take some rusted potatoes. I took 4, you can take more, depends on what fits you. And I just like to cut them into pieces and put it, I use my rice bowl, but you can use anything to boil water into it. And you just put it into the bowl here and just cover it as much as you need to, just enough for the water to reach over the potatoes so they can cook nice and even. I'm going to spread it on my container so I can start making it in the oven, just putting some olive oil all over it and trying to spread it out a bit and cook it in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then just turning it around and then recooking it for another 10 more minutes afterwards. About 3 times I end up doing that, just so I know it when it's ready it's gonna look like this. And then I drain all the juices from it because you don't want it to be too wet. So the idea was to try to take out all the juices so I can put it into my filling. Afterwards, I put it into the container where I'm going to spice it up, so I can just be easier for me to just spice it up before I assemble everything. So I take a carrot, I cut it, and then I take off all the peel as much as I can before I start grating it. I grate all my carrots, and then I'll grate all my onions as well. And then I'll put it all in the mix with the meat afterwards. After you grate your carrots, I end up grating some onion as well, and then I will start spicing the meat. So I end up using some soup mix, some paprika, some a smoky paprika, and I don't tend to measure. Everyone has their own taste. They can add whatever you like to it, and then I end up adding some parsley as well. No, I don't. You can put a spoon, whatever you like, into it, and then that's when I cut the onions and I add my onion I did in the grater as well. Afterwards, I add some frozen peas and I use some white wine. You can use red wine, whatever suits you. I just find that to add some wine to the mix gives it a little kick. And me and my wife, I don't add a lot, just a tiny bit, so you don't. And then you put tomato paste. Again, it's all up to whatever you want. You don't have to follow exactly what I did. You just put in as much as you feel. And then I added some teriyaki sauce to it as well. Just as much as you feel. There's no specific amount. And then you just mix it all up. And that's your base. That's how you put your base together. Once you mix your base together, you form the base onto your bowl or plate, whatever you want to use. I used a pie plate, but you can use whatever you like, and just even it out so you can put the potatoes on top once they're ready. Now the potatoes has boiled. I'm just draining some of the water because I don't want to be too wet, and I noticed that it's soft enough by just using a fork. and I noticed that I can just use it to now to start mashing it up and adding the spices as much as I needed to. Next, we're gonna take the potatoes that we boiled and we're just gonna mash them. I use my masher that I have at home. You can use whatever you guys have. I didn't peel the potatoes because I didn't think it was necessary, but if you feel you don't like the peel, just mash them up. Just take the peels off. And then what I did afterwards, now I added some butter, and I realized I think I added too much butter, but if you would like, add about 50 grams of butter. I think it's plenty. I don't think you need more than that. And just add it to the hot already mashed potatoes and just melt it onto the potatoes themselves. And then you can add some salt as much as you like. I didn't put any pepper, but you can put pepper or any other spices that you feel that you want to put into it as well. Then I put in some mozzarella cheese. You can use Parmesan. Some people prefer Parmesan. I prefer a lighter cheese. I didn't like the taste of the Parmesan so much. And then I mix that onto the filling as well. Afterwards, I put the mashed potato on top of the meat, and then I try to even it as much as I can on top so it'll cook evenly once I cook it. Afterwards, I put in the oven for 180 degrees for half an hour, just so it can cook and dry the top part, so it will be all nice and tasty for everyone to eat. So if you enjoy my recipe, please subscribe, like, comment if you have any comments. So I'm glad that you guys stayed this long to listen to everything I was saying, and that you have a nice week and enjoy the rest of your week to come. Bye.